Okay, so thanks for that wonderful introduction and good evening, everyone. My team and I have been working on encouraging the use of public transport over the last 10 odd weeks. And very early on in our campaign, we realized that one of the major reasons why our streets are so congested today is because of the sheer number of single occupancy vehicles. And if we have to truly get Bangalore moving again, we really have to get more Bangaloreans to ditch their private transport and start using public transport again. Now, while there are a lot of ways of doing this, most of them are cost and time intensive. However, yet at the same time, we are very lucky as a city that most of our existing public transport infrastructure does hold the potential to meet the needs of the city. All we have to do is identify why citizens are not using public transport today and solve for those issues. And that's been the primary focus of our entire campaign. Now, very quickly getting to the first issue, of course, in the short run, given that we're all operating under the new normal with COVID-19, there's a lot of apprehension among people towards the use of public transport right now. And this is despite the fact that our state transport undertakings, especially BMTC and BMRCL, have come out with a lot of safety measures and protocols that have been put in place to make citizens feel safe while using public transport. So what we did as part of our campaign was we took these inputs from the state transport undertakings and we transformed them into intuitive and easy to understand infographics so that we could disseminate this information to the citizens and make them aware of the safety measures that have been put in place so that they can feel safe while using public transport and make more informed decisions. We were very fortunate to have the full support of BMTC on this and our media partners who were Let Me Breathe, Bangalore Moving, Citizens for Bangalore, BPAC, Jhatka, and a lot of other organizations as well. So a special shout out to them. And through them, we were able to reach a lot of Bangaloreans with these infographics and these knowledge products. I would also request the audience today here to do look at some of these. They're all on the WILAC as well as BMTC Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook handles. And do share them so that more citizens can take these informed decisions. A quick look at some of these infographics just for everyone's benefit. Coming back to the original slide, the second major issue we feel is just how unnavigatable the city is, especially when it comes to navigating the city through non-motorized transport or through public transport, right? So if you're at any major juncture in the city today, if you're standing at Sony Center Signal, if you're standing at 100 Feet Road, Indiranagar, on the street, is there enough information to guide you to the nearest bus stop, to guide you to the nearest metro station, to tell you how far these are in terms of walkability? And if you finally do reach the bus stand, do you have enough information there to really know whether your destination is served by any of the bus routes that are served by that bus stop? When is that bus route or bus number coming? What is the schedule? What are the fares? And this sort of information is just not available, especially in terms of public infrastructure, in terms of wayfinding systems, signage systems, and people are forced to rely on tech interventions, which not everyone in our city has the potential of doing. So we want to solve this through public infrastructure, and we've done a lot of work in that sense as well. So the first thing we did here is we came up with a survey to really validate this hypothesis that information indeed is a barrier when it comes to using public transport. And we floated out a citizen survey on which we got about 660 responses, and we'll look at some of the key insights later. But all of them did point out to the fact that yes, these two measures in terms of information being an issue and safety protocols not being something that citizens are aware was proven to be correct. Then we also had a lot of discussions with WRI, domain experts like Sensing Local, again, DULT, their urban planners, and created a set of recommendations for the city's signage systems in terms of how they should be accessible for all, what sort of information should be there, how that should be presented. And at the same time, to also make citizens aware of the potential of information in the space of mobility, we partnered with Let Me Breathe and United Nations, UNEP, to create a video which would make citizens aware of the kind of potential that this holds. And this was again very successful. We were able to crowdsource this video, get citizens to give their inputs around what sort of information they would like to see. And based on that, moving forward, once this campaign ends, what we're planning to do is we're planning to do a pilot at Indiranagar bus stop, bus station, right? Indiranagar police station, a bus station. And that's what we're trying to do now with, again, Sensing Local and BPAC. We do have certain design challenges that we're working on to make sure that this information is intuitive, yet all the important parameters are being taken care of. Just a quick run through of some of the survey findings. As we said, 67% of Bangaloreans are currently not aware of the safety measures being taken by STUs. We hope that our camping has been able to reduce this number. And this is despite the fact that 54% of them, nearly 1 in every 2 residents, feels that social distancing is a major concern that's preventing them from using public transport today. 48% citizens, again almost 1 in 2, don't know the bus routes that go to their frequently visited destinations. Right, 70% Bangaloreans feel that their bus stop does not have enough signage system today, and quite shockingly, 47% of them rely on word of mouth and 60% on a tech intervention. We do have to realize here that tech interventions are not an option for everyone in our city, especially with this kind of socio-economic background that most public transport users come from. So that's been our focus today. We want to build public infrastructure for this. We're also working with BPAC to include this in the sustainability manifesto that we are trying to build for the city. I think BPAC has taken a very good step in that direction, and we feel that signage should also be a key concern there for the city as a whole. And we are working with Sensing Local, of course, moving forward to sort of build this prototype into a reality and have a demonstration, a live demonstration of the impact that this sort of a signage system can hold. So a huge shout out to all our partners. And with that, I would like to end my presentation.
Good evening.
Mute. Yeah. Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Arishi?
Yeah, good, brother.
Hope all our friends who are there who is participating in this Bangalore movement are all safe and healthy.
Yeah, this is the better way to be more safer than the other one. Otherwise, we used to have one-to-one meetings. Now that one-to-one is on the screen. So we should be thankful for that. And also, anyway, congratulations to Nandish Reddy for being the BMTC chairman now.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sir.
So I want to jump in and thank both Nandish Reddy and Harris for joining us. Very unique situation in Bangalore when we have such cooperation between policymakers across party lines. All of us are interested in making a better place. So Nandish Reddy, first congratulations. The BMTC has taken on this experiment of creating bus lanes, which in Outer Ring Road has already been a success. Are you planning to expand this across the city, and any other ideas for improving buses?
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv, for inviting me, and thanks for your wishes also. Hope you're all safe. Now we started on the bus priority lane on Outer Ring Road. Along with it, we have another 11. In total, we had identified 12 routes. This is the first route which we had executed, and it is working. Like I was going through the video, what was being live streamed. It was like 60%, 70% of the time. I had also commuted. Before pre-COVID, I used to commute on BMTC buses to check on the time, whatever the time consumption was there. So very frequently, I also traveled on BMTC and experienced it makes more sense in bus priority lanes. That is what we're all working like from our corporation also. We are trying to bring in more people into the mass transport system.
Excellent. And Harris, you've taken part in a discussion with us previously. Now, the person who the youngster who just made the presentation before us, he spoke about how to provide more information at the bus stand so that commuters have so much information in their hands. So, do you have suggestions and ideas like this to make buses so much more user-friendly? Are there other ideas like this? I'd like Mr. Harris to answer this, and then I'll come to Mr. Nandish Reddy also, and we'll discuss.
Good evening, Rajiv. Thank you for giving me again the opportunity to be here. It's really very nice when we are trying to put in our efforts to make Bangalore city better, trying to make it more compatible and more comfortable for people in the city to travel, transport. See, one thing is, I heard that youngster talking about information. See, I think BMTC has to, when I was also there, we were trying that the app of BMTC should be more informative than the bus stand, because nowadays all have mobile phones on their hand and all the informations can be available there. I was actually, when I was sitting there, we had done little bit of work on that, that app should show, if you just open the app, where is the nearest bus stand from the place where you are standing, and to which direction and where the buses are going, at what time, what the interval the bus could come. So that actually what happens, that makes the person very easy to use public transport. He can come, go, he will know, he will have information on his hand. Where is the bus stand? Which side? Left, right, center, how much, what is the distance, 50, he walkable, or he has to take another vehicle to reach the bus stand, and at what time the bus is coming there to where he wants to go. This information, if we get, I think it will be much more better, and the passenger or the person who is going to use the bus, he can make it easier for him to use. And as Nandish Reddy was saying about the lane system, I have also, last time also I said, see, public transport, even now to Bangalore, the traffic is less. It is, Corona has reduced the traffic in the city, and traffic congestions also are much lesser comparative to what it used to be. I think one ways for public transport, one ways can be spared off, and the two-way could be given to public transport, and special lanes for public transport, which will save a lot of time for more number of people, and more number of people can come to public transport when there's a saving of time, which exactly I do to take metro to reach to Mysore Road. If there is a wedding in that Bunt hostel from MG Road metro station, if you get on, it takes 19 minutes to reach there. So whenever there is a wedding anywhere in Rajajnagar or Vijayanagar, I take the metro train and go. It's only because the convenience, time saving. So I think this could be more helpful to everyone.
Nandish Reddy, right? Your BMTC, is it looking at other kinds of innovations, working with the startup community, maybe setting up a control room which is high tech, etc.? Any plans on that front?
Mr. Rajiv, like what Mr. Harris told, Harris was mentioning about the more information to the public through apps. We're almost on the completion verge. It's going to be implemented. A guy, say for example, a guy who is on 200 meters away from the 200 or 500 meters away from the main ring road or main bus stand or wherever his location is. So he can check through his app which direction, where exactly you want to reach, at what time the bus is going to come over there to that bus stand is what we have worked out. And it's going to be implemented very shortly. And another program also which we are going to implement very shortly is Nirbhaya's, under our Honorable Prime Minister's Modi ji's program. Nirbhaya scheme also we are implementing in BMTC, where BMTC is going to have the safety cameras and all those things inside the BMTC buses. And secondly, Mr. Rajivji, you were also asking me about what are the other things what we are working like. You would have noticed recently we have brought in the cycle stands to the BMTC buses.
Yes.
Which is going to help us. Yeah, which is going to help us for the last mile. It's a big challenge in Bangalore. Why people don't, all these years we should have worked out. I don't know, Harris being a very innovative guy, I don't know what happened during his tenure. He should have been more productive there, Harris ji. Don't take it personally, but it should have been more productive then. But we are working now. Our MD and our directors, all team members, along with the crew of BMTC, in this hardship time of COVID, we are working on a progressive things to connect the last mile and the first mile, where we are going to have the bicycle carriers on the BMTC buses, so that we are providing them free of cost, so that a guy who was a fitness freak also can have a bicycle being taken over on the BMTC bus, so that he reaches the last mile where he wants to reach. Another things which we are working is the first, which is a challenge for all of us. Bangalore city being so densely populated, we are working our priority is to give the connectivity on the first and the last mile. So which we are also working on those things.
Thank you.
Rajiv?
Now, yeah, go ahead.
I can answer. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you, Nandish. Or at least you had so much of confidence on me that I should have done. I do agree with you. I missed it because the elections were declared, the code of conduct came. For almost 4.5 months, we were under code of conduct. And immediately after this parliament election was over, you know what happened in Karnataka. So I did not get the real time and opportunity to work there. I would extend that support to Nandish as my friend. You are sitting there. You can expect any kind of support from my side as far as we can do. A lot of good things there. I just want to tell you, even we had a basic talk for connecting metro and BMTC together. See, BMTC has one advantage in Bangalore city. No other transporter has permission to run any vehicle in any route. Only BMTC has to run. So it can actually make profit if it is run well. We had brought in one Lumi Plan, a software from a French company, and it had just started. That is a control room, which would give, automatically suggest the management which route passengers are not there, where the bus is just going without passengers. So you can save on energy, you can save on diesel, you can save on labor, manpower, and you can divert that to another route where people are waiting for a bus. I think that we had just started off that one, and I don't know how far it has happened, it has stopped or it is yet going on. Nandish, I think you should try on that as a control room, and it will give, BMTC can make a lot of profit and better service to the people. I think this you should do, and that's a very good idea, that cycle stand. I think BMTC and Metro should, both of them have a lot of two-wheeler and cycle to stands where cycles are kept safely and people can take BMTC, come back and take their cycle and go back. I think that's a very good initiative, Nandish, what you're trying to do. We wholeheartedly support you for that.
Thank you, Harishji.
And also this Lumini, you just tell me, whether you're doing or you have, is it happening? Because we just started with it, that Lumini plan. Are you aware of it, Nandish?
No, we are working on the similar ones where we are going to have a common platform for both Metro. We are also working on common card also, the mobility card, which is going to help both, which is going to be accessed in Metro and BMTC. And along with it, Lumini, yeah, tell me.
Lumini plan, no, Lumini plan is not that cards thing. That is a control room which will administer the movement of all our bus.
We are working.
They have given some trial also. No, this one company, I think Intelligent Transport Enterprises, we have ordered them and taken some trial from them. I think you should just check on that. It's a very good concept.
ITES, what you are mentioning is ITES. Yeah. I'm aware of it. Yes, we are also, initially we launched that app also. We linked that Lumini's ITES into the app and we launched it, but there were some defects, and so we are reworking on it, and we are going to reschedule at a very earlier duration.
Yeah, I feel that you should go with that, Rajiv, because that will make, that will turn around BMTC to be profit making. And this card between Metro and, yeah.
Like earlier, before you started speaking, Kushal and Rohit were talking. And Kushal was mentioning about single travelers. The young chaps, they were so energetic, who are also working for theirs. BMTC's commuters are dropped down because of the traffic. Once we implement this bus priority lanes, BPL, what we call, once implement this bus priority lanes, obviously BMTC is going to come back. And we are also working on one more thing, Harishji, you know that. For the past consecutive 7-8 years, BMTC was under big losses. Almost 7 years it's in big losses. Last financial year, deficit was around 500 crores. So we are working on the leakages also, what were there earlier. We are going to bring complete, there is a software which we are going to link the attendance and the spare parts, every divisions, and we will see to that BMTC at least by next, might not be this financial year. If not COVID, we would have, I could have proudly stated that, okay, we were going to be successful. But if not this financial year, next financial year, BMTC is going to be profitable or no loss-making company. We are working on those things.
That's good.
My submission would be that we should actually see BMTC as a public service, and because it is a lifeline for the poor. So less concern about profits, and we should get the government to think about this as helping people with their right to mobility. So I understand as chairman you want to deliver profits, but I'm not sure that that's such a
it is not, Rajivji, you need to understand.
Plugging the leakage is fine.
Profits. It's not the corporation's profit. Every money what we spend on all public on public services is public paid taxes only. So once we start making at least no loss, no gain, if the corporation becomes no loss or no gain thing, then definitely public taxes, whatever the public pay their taxes is going to be utilized in the proper way. It's not the corporation's profitability. It is ultimately the, either way, it is public's money only, we're all sitting.
Excellent. Thank you so much. The point I wanted to take up with you, there has been a discussion about electric vehicle purchases, expanding the fleet, etc. Is there much more planned to enhance the sustainability and making transport more green? Any ideas on that?
Yes, of course. We are also on that, and we are insisting for totally Make in India projects, because you all know that Chinese batteries and Chinese products are flooded in this sector. So which we had restricted them, and we are insisting for the Make in India products which are made in India, so that, and that's one factor which we are working, like what you had mentioned earlier also when we had an unofficial discussion on the telephone. 2022 you are telling electric buses, but we're already working on that. Most of our depots are going to have the electric chargers, and which we are going to have, if not COVID, we would have had the minimum number of buses running already on trial basis in our Bangalore city electric buses. Very shortly we are going to have it, Mr. Rajiv.
Thank you. Harris, I had a question for you, which is about coordination with other entities. One of Bangalore's real problems is that there's so many different agencies. There is a BBMP that controls something. There is a DULT that controls something else. BMTC has the buses. Metro is separate. How do you get everyone on the same platform and coordination? Any ideas on that front? What has been your experience?
No, Raju, it was a very good question, or very good, output from you to actually, that is what we need. What is happening, BBMP, it takes on something else. BMTC takes on something else. See, last time there was one suggestion coming in, BMTC should be made free to all the citizens in the Bangalore city, and the money for that should be collected through BBMP as house taxes along with that. So something like this, if it is done, I think it would change the entire scene of how the buses are being run now. And also now, not only BMTC, now Metro and BMTC also, we have not put it together. So this also has to come together. And now airport connectivity, Bangalore airport connectivity, BMTC has a lot of bus fleets running from Bangalore airport to the cities and other parts. Even that itself, it is like something separate. So I feel somewhere we have to connect all this. It's a bigger task, and Nandish and myself may not be able to do that. Maybe at a government level, we may have to push it to bring that where it can be made easier for management of all these together, where the convenience to public will be much better.
Well, talking about convenience to public, one of our audience questions has come in. It's about residential layouts, and BMTC is the body that has much more reach and penetration. Is there a plan to work with, to expand services, or to work with other kinds of last mile providers to enhance the reach and of BMTC? Nandishji?
Very good question, Mr. Rajiv. The present buses are 12-meter ones, which are very lengthy and big buses. We already our Honorable Chief Minister has approved in the last financial budget to procure minimum number. First phase, it's 90 buses. We are going to have 9-meter buses. More number of mini buses we are going to procure. 9 and 7 meters we are looking out for, and we will bring in the mini buses where we are going to get into the residential areas, so to connect to the main arterial roads.
Fantastic. Well, can we have closing remarks? One of the things I want to point out to you is that Bengaluru is blessed with very active and constructive citizenry, and this is an opportunity for us to all share ideas, and whoever is in charge, it's you, Nandishji, right now. We're very happy to work together for the sake of the city and to improve things. Is there any closing remarks before we move on to the next panel?
I request all of you to join hands. Bangalore's pride, we'll have to bring back the pride of the Bangalore. Bangalore being called the Garden City earlier, the age-old days. During my college days, I used to travel from Marathalli to Vijaya College, Bangalore South End Circle. Hardly I used to take half an hour maximum. I commuted those days in BMTC only. That was BTS then, not BMTC.
BTS.
Yeah, BTS buses. I used to change couple of buses from Marathalli. 2 kilometers away from Marathalli is my residence. From here, I used to go by bicycle and park my bicycle at Marathalli and go to Corporation Circle, and then from there to Vijaya College. So now, those days we'll have to bring back to Bangalore only when collectively, if we all join hands, especially the younger generation with very brightful thoughts. I request everyone to be part of this movement, and I request you all to be part of this movement where we can bring the pride of Bangalore back, because now from Silkpur to KR-Puram, generally states it's going to be 2 hours, non-COVID time. So let us bring back the Bangalore's pride again. So I request you all, I'm available on my at BMTC office regularly, and I'm available on social media, also on Facebook, that's Nandisha Reddy, and Twitter also I'm available. Please be connected, see that you share your ideas, and so that we can take our transport system to a better height, so that we reduce the single travelers, like Vishal mentioned, lot of single travelers. That way we will reduce that numbers, and we will see to that the cabs and are all reduced, and we will see public transport which is possible to accommodate 50 plus people or more buses, are there more in numbers.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. And Harishji, thank you. Hope you will also be very supportive, and let us all join hands for a betterment of Bangalore.
Rajiv, thank you. Nandish, always supportive, and as far as when it comes to Bangalore, let's all work together. Let me thank Raju for taking such an initiative of bringing all of us together. And just to add, the last mile connectivity, you were talking about the smaller buses and things, Nandish. I think that's very much more needed now, because if the last mile connectivity, cycle, then this 2-wheelers parking, even the 4-wheeler parking, these things, if we have taken care, I think the system will start working much more better. I mean, anyway, we can meet up and...
one moment, Mr. Harishji and Rajivji. Our Honorable Chief Minister is also conducting very frequent meetings regarding this, and we are also giving him all detailed updates about the Bangalore traffic congestion, and he is also very supportive. With his support, we are able to procure these mini buses, which are, if not COVID, we would have had these buses on the tracks. But because of COVID, all this has been hit. Might be
a lot of things have changed because of COVID.